Welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader, and I'm kind of at a loss for words at how generous the toy community is. And over the years since I started this stupid channel, you guys have sent me some incredible gifts. And I did receive a couple of gift boxes from, one was from a channel subscriber and now friend of mine named Dominic. And then YouTube legend and one of my close buddies who's been on the channel has his own channel, and he's just one of the foremost experts on these vintage Star Wars figures. That's the blacked out Ewoks over in the UK. He sent me a massive gift box as well. So I wanted to show these on the channel and give my proper thanks to those folks because, over the years, I've just been blown away by how generous everyone is in the toy community. And I just can't say thank you enough for the gifts that I have received here. I don't deserve them. I really don't. And it's just, it's unbelievable. So Dominic sent me another graded Tusken Raider to add to my collection. And my jaw about hit the damn floor when I opened it. It was just unbelievable. So I've got all my loose graded Tusken Raiders out here. And I had one on my want list that I've bid on over the years and was kind of on my want list for this year. And this is the dark brown paint. You can see how dark brown the paint is on the bandoliers and the hands and the face mask there. This is an 85 Hong Kong. And here is just the standard kind of Hong Kong Tusken Raider. That's a little bit lighter brown. So that one's an 85 as well. So those are two there. I also have the harder to find No COO, which also sports the dark brown paint, as you can see. No COO version, that's UKG 80%. Very tough to find this one since they only appeared, to my knowledge, on Palatoy card backs or on the very hard to find Tri-Logo card back for the Tusken Raider. So UKG 80% on that one. And you remember probably, I think it was sometime late last year, I picked up the Spanish Puck version of the Tusken Raider, graded AFA 80. And that's a very, very tough variant to find. It's got the Hong Kong date stamps, but these were assembled and painted in Spain. So this is the Spanish Puck version of the Tusken Raider AFA 80. And hopefully it's staying clear here. I've got that kind of dynamic camera focus, so it's tough to keep it focused. Here is the last one. This is the long eye tubes version of the Tusken Raider. And this one's an AFA 80 plus. I picked that one up on eBay, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. So that's the long eye tubes. But you guys know that I did not have a hollow cheeks. And like I said, I've bid on a number of them over the years. Well, lo and behold, last week, Dominic, he sent me an AFA 85 hollow cheeks. And you guys know how expensive these figures are. So I don't know whether Dominic is just nuts or what, but I can't believe that you sent me an AFA 85 hollow cheeks Tusken Raider as a gift, and I am just at a loss for words, Dominic. It was just way too generous. Way, way too generous of you to do that. So this is the very hard to find hollow cheeks version of the Tusken Raider. You can see how hollow those little cheeks are. These, to my knowledge, these appeared on Return of the Jedi card back. So this was just a factory variant, I believe, once they switched over to the Return of the Jedi line of figures, Return of the Jedi packaging. You usually see them on 65 backs. I'm sure that they appear on 77 backs or maybe even 79 backs, but I usually see them on 65 backs. But that is the hard to find hollow cheeks Tusken Raider, and this was kind of the last major figure on my want list for this year. And to get it as a gift, given how expensive they are, I mean, I'm not kidding. I have bid on at least a dozen of them over the last 2 or 3 years and always lose out, always. So, Dominic, thank you again so much for that incredible gift. I mean, that is just unbelievable generosity on your part, and I really appreciate your thoughtfulness. And not only did that come in, the same day, I think, the very same day, the blacked out Ewoks sent me a gift box, and we're going to be going through a lot of stuff here, but he sent me a Smile Factory, no no teeth paint for Lando. And this is a UKG 85%. So LFL Hong Kong 85, 85, 85. So straight 85s, brand new case style. I mean, this is as generous as it gets for a no smile Hong Kong Lando. And it pairs really nicely with the one with teeth that I picked up from Chris W. over at Rogue 5 Toys. This is also an AFA 85 archival case with teeth. So thank you, Chris, for the smooth transaction. I picked up this as well as a Zuckus from him, AFA 85, that I think was circles on heels and knees. I didn't pull it out for this video, but I wanted to bring out this one to show you, excuse me, to show you the differences. So these are both Hong Kongs, one of them with teeth and one of them without. I think the one without teeth is the first version that would appear in like 31 backs or 31 backs for Lando on the ESB packaging. And then sometime in the later ESB packaging, they switched over to with teeth. So it's a little bit more detail to the eyes and to the teeth. So thank you again to the Blacked Out Ewoks for the UKG 85 Hong Kong. That was just the start. That is just the start of what he sent me in a massive gift box. And these two I have to show you because I've always coveted them. These are from 2003. These are the Clone Wars animated style Cartoon Network Clone Wars line of figures. And these are unpainted first shot prototypes for Mace Windu and for Anakin Skywalker. So these are items I've always coveted. And this one is Mace Windu. You can see it's unpainted. I love the art style on these. I love the dramatic lines of the figures. You know, they're just a very kind of cool artistic style to these figures. And the fact that BOE sent me these unpainted prototypes, I mean, that's as generous as it gets and really mind-blowing. I've actually bid on the Anakin before. That way it was a UKG graded one that I bid on and lost. So here we are with my own examples now. And, you know, just really, really generous of you, BOE. You do not need to do this. I sent him a TVC graded CAS 95. It was the Black Bespin Guard signed by Quentin Pierre. And I sent that to him as a gift. The concept of having to send me something back was not what I was trying to do, BOE. I was trying to send you a nice gift, and then he goes and sends me all of this stuff. So it was just way too generous, man. I am going to get these graded, I can tell you that, by Collector Archive Services. I've always wanted these figures, always, and he knew that, so he sent these to me as a gift. Wow, just awesome pair. I just love the dramatic lines. So I mean, look at the legs and how, you know, kind of artistic they are, and the face sculpt, everything about them is just, it just screams a piece of art to me. So just awesome items, man. I love those. And he also sent me some awesome buttons. He sent me this Star Wars pin badge for Boba Fett. And he also sent me the Queen's Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee, 2022. So, you know, it's just some nice pieces of memorabilia from the UK that we can't get over here. Another League Toys, which is based over in the UK. They always have really nice vintage collection. New releases for sale, and they pack really carefully. So, you know, if you're in the UK, obviously you probably already know about these guys, but Another League Toys is, you know, they also do, these guys do vintage stuff too, I think. So they've got a pretty wide selection of items there. UKG graded, loose graded figures, things like that. He sent me a Groot from the Avengers. I think this is Groot. Let me see. Infinity War. Yeah. Groot, the young version of Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I actually just rewatched with my son the other day. I watched both 1 and 2, so I haven't watched 3 yet. So I was trying to catch up before I watched number 3. So that was an awesome gift. And then he also sent me some books from Argos UK. So they've got like all the kind of modern releases, some catalogs there from them. I'll probably share some of these since I've got multiple copies. I'll share some of these with Patreon supporters, maybe in a gift. Now, I got to show you this stuff. This is probably my favorites, actually, of everything he sent me. He sent me some artwork and kind of movie posters. BOE is he also is kind of an amateur artist or film artist, film director, and he had a couple of movies. One is the Red Army Bunker. This was kind of the first one. He also has got a sequel, and so this is BOE right here, and he's got his friend as kind of a Russian general there. So that's some art for that. These are all laminated kind of pieces there. The Red Army Bunker. Here's kind of another cool looking thing with BOE as a soldier there, so that's really cool. He also sent me some of his artwork, which is amazing. This is the Death Star droid, which everyone knows I love the Death Star droid. Look how beautiful this art is. It's pretty incredible artwork. I wish I could draw like that. And of course, Bosk, he knew my favorites, right? Bosk and Death Star droid are two of my focus characters, so this is just an incredible work. And then we got one for kind of a very colorful Boba Fett. I mean, look how detailed that is. That's amazing. And he's got some mushrooms. And, I mean, just incredible art that he sent me for my collection. I've already got some others that he sent me over the years. So that will go nicely in that collection. I think I'm going to display the Death Star droid and the Bosk next to my carded run for those figures. So that was super generous. And then he sent me what I thought was a UK version of like chocolate cereal, Choco Puffs. So I was like, oh, that's nice. I'll give those to the kids. That was a very thoughtful thing to do. He's like, no, man, there's an action figure inside. So lo and behold, I opened it up, and inside was the European version, the Euro version of VC. I think it's VC61, the prototype Armor Fett, and it's still sealed in the mailer box. So this would be a really great item to send off to get uncirculated graded. And it's the European version. It's not the US version. So very cool there. And you can see there, it's got the warning labels on the back. So you know it's the European version inside with the blacked out stickers on the top, I assume, along with the European warning labels on the back. I don't know if it's a sticker on the back or if it's that hybrid version with these little logos on the back. And I'm afraid to open it because it's still factory sealed. So I might send this in to get uncirculated graded here soon by AFA or CAS. So this is a very tough item to find apparently, and apparently only one Kenobi is coveting one of these. So this was a very generous gift as well, BOE, and I'm glad I didn't give the box of cereal to my kids because I don't think they would have enjoyed eating this. This is much better item to slab in acrylic carbonite versus pour milk over it in a bowl. So, but thank you again, BOE. BOE and I go way back, and I've told this story before, but when I was getting sober back in 2016, I found his channel. And I was trying to clean up my life a little bit. So I really attribute not only his videos to helping me stay sober in early sobriety where I was struggling and didn't know what I was doing. I've been sober now for over 7 years, close to 7.5 years now, sober. And, his videos kind of kept me out of trouble. So that was how, and I started commenting on his videos. And then, one thing leads to another. And we've got a great deep friendship, and I hope that he can make it over here or I can make it over there at some point to visit. And you're always welcome at my house if you want to come visit the way Tim did last year for ICCC. And I really learned a lot from BOE's videos, and I think a lot of the knowledge that I have, what little I have, he's forgotten more about Star Wars than I'll ever remember or know. And, but I do say that a lot of what I've learned over the years about vintage and modern Star Wars stuff, I attribute to the Blacked Out Ewoks' video. So make sure to go subscribe if you haven't already. And the other thing I'll say is that he gave me a lot of tips and encouragement early on when my channel was still kind of in its infancy. I think I started my channel in August of 2017, I believe. So I was less than a year sober at that point. So it was very, very awkward videos, as you guys have seen if you went back and looked at some of my early videos. And it's kind of morphs over time, right? I've morphed into kind of what you guys have asked for, which is a lot of price data and looking at my collection, sending stuff off to get graded and what that looks like when they come back. And, and I have other topics like comic books and things like that. So obviously the channel and its content and subject matter has changed over the years, but I just try to cover stuff that I like, and luckily it's resonated with enough of you to make it worth continuing to make videos. So, but I can tell you, for those of you who are either new to the channel or even longtime subscribers to the channel, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube at all if not for the Blacked Out Ewoks. He was kind of my first foray into learning about vintage graded Star Wars figures and everything else related to Star Wars collectibles. So you need to thank him. If you're going to thank anybody for my channel, thank him. Don't thank me, because I would not be here today filming and making these silly videos that you guys love and watch, if not for his content to inspire me. So thank you again to both Dominic and to the Blacked Out Ewoks for this incredible batch of gifts. I just am kind of beyond words. And thank you to the viewer for watching my channel. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like and to comment below. Thanks again, and I'll be back soon.